And we've got there. We've been there consistently for the last 2 or 3 years. We're close to 3 million, just a share under, and now we're at it. I think the biggest difference I'll share with you guys. This is what here. I'm going to tell you this. What gets measured improves. I wrote this down just to make sure. But this is what we started talking about in our business. What gets measured improves. What gets measured and reported improves exponentially. And what I mean by that is right about the 2013-14 area, reluctantly, I hired a business coach.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine was recommending him, was doing great for him, and I reluctantly hired him because the guy had no fence experience. And how was the guy come in here and help me run a fence business? I thought I already knew everything I needed to know about how to run the business. I just needed to perfect it. And what I realized was he didn't bring anything new to the table. He didn't teach me anything I didn't already know. What he did do was there's this little bit of accountability that came into play. I knew I had a meeting with my business coach on Fridays afternoon. And I knew during that meeting we were going to talk about gross margins and gross profits and markups, and we were going to talk about buying, and we were going to talk about hiring. We were going to talk about the business. And if I showed up to the meeting unprepared without my data, measured data, I'm going to look like, well, unprepared. So what I started doing was I started doing the things that I knew that I should have already done. As a business owner, we all know that we should be tracking these things and we should be watching our business, but we don't do them because there's no one else holding us accountable. So if we don't do that, there's no one looking over our shoulder saying, hey, you didn't do the profit and loss report on that. Hey, have you come up with a game plan for this yet? There's no one really policing that piece. And so just by having him involved and having a sounding board, an idea, that's really where the growth started happening. And it wasn't necessarily because I hired a business coach. It was necessarily because I started focusing on the business. And so to put that another way, I like to look at business, or I like to describe to you this way: get out of the driver's seat of your company. You got to get out of the driver's seat. And what I mean by that is, and it's tough to do, is literally get out of the driver's seat and think of your company like a remote control car. And you hold the remote, but you can globally look down and see the car, everything around the car, behind the car, in front of the car. You can't really see what's going on inside the car, but you hold the control. So you navigate the car, and if you focus on global navigation, the bigger picture around planning, and you're not stuck in the driver's seat looking at the roadway hazard right in front of you and trying to make an evasive maneuver, you can.
So essentially by that you mean like work on your business but not in your business?
Right, we've all heard that. And what does that mean? I mean, I know that for years I was told, I went to seminars, I went to classes, and they would say that. I'm like, what is that? I am working on my business. I'm out here digging holes today. I'm putting this fence in. That's short term, guys. That's going to get that fence built. But that doesn't get you any further. That's what I was doing, and that's why I was stuck at 1 million, because there was no forecasting and global planning and paying attention to what gets measured improves, what gets measured and reported improves exponentially across all business. So get out of the driver's seat, drive it like a remote control car, put somebody else in the driver's seat, and be okay with the fact that there's going to be a delay in reaction. So when you tell that car, I want you to go right, that car you have to communicate that to the driver has to tell the car's going to go right. And sometimes it doesn't happen fast enough and you miss a turn. And now we're going down another road. Now we have to reevaluate and replan. It's nobody's fault but you as an owner. You didn't forecast enough time to give that command to turn the car before the turn to allow them to make the turn. So now you got to suffer the consequences. And it might be now you're up all night trying to figure out another solution. Maybe you're up all weekend long trying to find another plan, or you missed that opportunity. But at the end of the day, it comes down to you have to be able to take time to forecast and plan, give the commands enough time that the car can react, and understand that there is a reaction period. You're not driving the car. If you were driving the car, you can immediately turn right, left, hit the brakes, hit the gas. But getting out of the business, there's a delayed reaction. So
I like it.
That makes sense?
So tell, and by the way, guys, I want to say a shout out to Weston Peterson. How you doing? You guys, if you have questions, there's a little chat box down below that you can start sending those in, and a question answer box. I think the last bit of this this webinar was Shawn. I want to open it up to you guys so you can start asking him questions about your business. That'd be okay with you, right, Shawn?
I'm okay with it, but like again, I'm not a genius at this stuff. I'm just going to share with you what I've found to work for me.
So how many crews do you have right now? What does that kind of overall operation look like?
Currently, we have